Hello, Mid-Penn Bank. So we are submitting our proposal for the business card portal. Thought it was going to be a good idea to be giving you a sort of a short demo. We, of course, we're happy to do a full-length demo in person or online, whichever, to be able to show you the full capabilities. But thought that this would be interesting to go along with our proposal. So where we're at right now is a login page for the portal. This would be what the user will see. All of the portals are driven off of username and password combinations. That drives the histories, that drives the libraries, it drives the categories, it drives the permissions. Everything about the portal is going to be driven by these username and passwords. And there's different types of users. There's going to be site owners, there's going to be different user groups, there's going to be average users. But essentially, it's going to be up to you to determine who goes where, and that's going to determine what permissions they have. So when we go to log in, after we hit the login page, we're going to actually log in, and this is what we're going to see. For Mammoth Restoration, we already have everything set into categories. You can, of course, use these categories. You can have just business cards, whatever you like. But in this case, we have marketing materials, apparel, business cards, onboarding kits, promotional items, stationery. We're going to click into the business card category because that's what we're interested in right now. Once we click into the category, you're going to notice that there are two different types of business cards here, and that's at their request. Because I'm in this category, I can see both types. However, we can definitely move the cards into different categories so that based on permissions, I can only see what you want me to see. So for instance, we can have a category for upmarket cards and we have a category for standard business cards, depending upon which division they're with or what department there may be. So however you want to be able to structure that, we can do so the user only sees what you want them to see. So in this case, I can see two different business cards. I'm going to click into the one of them and I will get started. So what I'm looking at when I click into here is going to be the initial form where it's going to show me my quantity choices. Now in this case, I have 500 to 1,000 or 599, 999 or 1,000 and up. So I'm just going to keep it at 500 cards because that's how they've asked us to do it. In order to drive to the next page, we have to be able to enter our ship to address. So once it's entered, it'll always be there. But in the beginning, they'll put their ship to address, and that can very well just be the branch or whatever other destination it's going to be going to, whether there's an op center or something else. So they can name the job if they so choose, but then they'll click through to go to customize the order. Once they do, they're going to be clicking into the variable document portion of the portal. All right. And when we go into here, let me change this view to a standard size view. We will now see the standard business card with generic information, which we're going to customize. So I'm going to switch around. I'm going to enter my information in there, put my name, my title, let's just call it branch manager, simply because that makes sense. Now, if you pay attention and look here, we're going to enter a number with no punctuation. And one of the things that our site will do is going to reference libraries, and the library is going to contain information specific to these designs. It'll contain a font and color and size, so on and so forth. So but pay attention and see that this is going to say the phone number without punctuation to see what's going to happen next. Now I'll go ahead and put my direct line. And the email address is partially already filled. So I'm just going to add in the precursor to that. And I'm going to update the preview. And now what's happening is the site is actually referencing the libraries to pull up the information and create this card. So it's done that. It's put my name in there, my title, and then it is converted over the phone number where I did not have punctuation. It converted it to the style that we want it to, which is going to be hyphens in this case. All right. All right, after we look at this, if everything's okay, we're going to click Finish Editing. When we click Finish Editing, it's going to have a pop-up screen that says, yes, I approve this document. This is the first level approval by the user for the design and layout, that all the content is correct. This is not the approval for the order. This is simply the approval for the art. So if I try and add it to the cart, but don't click that box, it will not allow me to proceed. So you know that they have to approve the content for the card. So I'll click yes, I approve this document. I'm going to add it to the cart. Once I add it to the cart, it's going to take me out to the next stage. In this case, I can actually indicate a different ship to address if I want to, and also what shipping options there may be. We can set that up in a variety of ways, but we're making a proposal to Mid-Penn Bank that our costs for cards include the shipping already, so it's no extra charges beyond what we've quoted. So after we look at this, we could in fact archive this. We could copy it and duplicate it. We could save it. We could alter it or edit the card, or we can delete it. So right now I'm going to keep the card as it is. I'm going to click proceed to checkout. It's going to take me to the checkout, and information here would be specific to the card. So enter the individual's name whom this order is for. The reason we do that is because there's in Mammoth Restoration, there's somebody else ordering cards for the end user. There's going to be field reps that are not going to be going online to place orders, but you're going to have administrative people on the inside that will. So we're going to enter the individual's name whom the order is for, because that's who we're going to ship it to. So I will put in here, say, Todd Patty. All right. Any other comments that we might want? In this case, it's invoice me, but we're proposing that we can do an online e-commerce payment at the time of purchase for Mid-Penn Bank, where they can use a corporate credit card. If that works for your system, that would take care of the immediate billing and all inclusive pricing. Okay. Now I'll just click invoice me because that's the option that they wanted. So once I click this and it goes through, it's now going through to process the order. Now you're going to see that has an order number. What will happen is that order has been placed, and then it's going to arrive in our inboxes with the documentation, or with the actual order. It takes a minute to hit the server and then be sent back out. Okay, but once it does that, it will go through. After we place the order, and we'll watch for that to come through, but after we place the order, it's now moving on its way through. And what's going to happen is the site is going to send an email notification to the approving party. This is going to be sent to somebody at Mid-Penn Bank who is designated to approve the actual order. They can do that on a line item basis if they choose. So meaning that if somebody placed an order for multiple business cards in a series, they could approve some of those cards and not approve other cards. All right. But assuming that they approve them, it's going to be able to then go through. They're going to get the email notification. They will go in, they will click approved, and then the order comes through to us. And what that does then is it sends us the files. So after we download the files, then we can get ready to go ahead and print. But what we also want to look at here is that any user can click in and be able to see their history by clicking in here. And they can, in fact, reorder their cards from history. Now, this card is not going to be populated in history yet because I don't think it's been approved. Okay, so well, actually, it's populating here right now, showing you that it has been ordered, but it's only on view stage, which means it has not been approved. So I'm going to look back here. Here's a previous order by Michael Bennett. I can actually reorder the card straight from history. It's going to call up all the information pertaining to that card. Once it calls it up, I can, in fact, then edit that card if I need to, or I can just proceed to checkout and process that order. Once the order is completed, we will then download the files, we will print them, and then we will drop ship them out within 1 to 2 business days from our plant. Anything in Pennsylvania should get there in probably a day or two, so that way people should receive it at their destination. We're looking forward to being able to give you a full demo and answer any questions that you have, but this will be kind of a grand 1,000-foot overview for what's possible. Look forward to talking to you and sharing more information for you.